I'm going to tell you, I got something to show y'all, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Because what today is about consequences and choices. That's what they asked me to come speak about. So I got a story to tell. I had a story to tell. Especially where all my athletes, raise your hand. Hold on, let me get a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So I got 33 athletes, maybe more. Still got a group coming, so we got 33. That's good. Start talking to me about them grades. Who got good grades? What? You got 3. Now hold on. Put your hands down. Hold on now. Now we family, right? So I need y'all to keep it a buck with me. Don't raise your hand if your grades ain't good, man. Don't do that. Cause I used to do that. I used to lie and then cause if I ask to see y'all report cards gonna tell it. Okay, so out of 33, I only got like 10 hands up. That's a problem. How many of y'all think y'all great athletes? Like you think you the coldest, you think you it. I thank you for your honesty. I appreciate y'all. It was less hands. What I learned was, before I get started was, listen, when we talk about athletics, we train hard. We get up a lot of shots. We do a lot of stuff in the name of basketball, football, baseball, whatever our sports are. We put a lot of work in, but it don't always translate in the classroom. I don't like math. I hate science. Social studies suck. We do all of that. And the reality is, and when I share my story with y'all, y'all gonna understand why I'm about to say what I say. What do they call y'all when you on a team? What is it? You a who? Say it again. Say it again. It's not athlete. It's not athlete-student. It's a student-athlete. You got to be a student first. But what tends to happen is we tend to focus on the athlete more than we do the student. That's why my man couldn't raise his hand, or he couldn't say nothing when I asked him, was he on the team? That's really what be happening. Our grades don't be right. And so you can't play. And you might be nice. I done been to more basketball games this year where it was more talent in the crowd watching than it was on the court. And it wasn't because of coach and them. It was because they wasn't going to school doing their grades. And so if you're going to be an A athlete, you should be an A student. Because everything that we do in basketball, I'm left-handed. What do they do? If you left-handed, if you a defensive player, what you going to do? You're going to sit on my left hand and make me go to my opposite hand, right? If I don't work on going right, am I effective? No. I'm probably going to be an assistant coach and be watching, right? It's no different in math. Y'all say y'all don't like math, but just like I couldn't go right, I had to practice. So you got to practice math. It ain't going to just happen. And I was good in math because of basketball. We use math in basketball all day long. Field goal percentage, free throw percentage, 3-point percentage, angles. If I got a fast break, my brother, I love you, boy. If I got an angle and I'm coming down on a break, they say, get the angle. What's the fastest place to get from A to Z? Is it who? Straight line. So I got to get there. Y'all want to cross people over and do all of that, man. The bucket right there, G. You over here? You over here? You done stepped back 3 times, but the basket up there. What's the goal? Put it in the basket, score buckets, right? And so we got to get to where we got to get to. And so for all my athletes, all 33, it might be 40 or 50 now. Man, if y'all ain't killing it in the classroom, man, y'all cheating yourself, y'all cheating the game, y'all cheating y'all families, you cheating your parents for all the sacrificing that they doing, all of the Kawhis and the Kyries and the LeBrons and the KDs, all that stuff that they buying for y'all, man, y'all cheating them because that stuff costs. It was free to you, but it cost them something. They had to get up. They had to go to work. Some of them worked a double. Sacrifice. And so the least you could do is be the best student that you could be. And if a B is your best because you gave it your all and you exhausted all of your resources, how many of y'all think if you get a tutor that means you stupid? Raise your hand. It's all right, because you see I raised my hand. It's all right. Because I went through high school and I went through college thinking that if I asked for help, that meant I was done. But what I found was I was rather smart. Because if you don't know, how you going to know if you don't ask for help? I'm just saying. It's okay to ask for help. I'm a 3-time college dropout, man. 3 times. Not because it was hard, because life was happening. Choices. That's what we're talking about today. Choices, consequences. I made some horrible choices. Probably one of the greatest choices that I ever made was I picked up a basketball. It changed my life. I'm gonna show them off because I just took them out the box. But you see, I got these drips on. You see what I'm saying? These G-Phazos. You see, I got my 312 on there. West Side, product of Chicago.
West Side.
West Side. Look, Superior, West End, K-Town. Huh? There we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Love. Because I know what you went through. Yeah. And if you can make it out of that, then you can make it anywhere. Yeah. Then I got 574 on here. Because my mama, I hated it. My mama said, you know what, I can't do it no more. I'm like, can't do what? Your job? Nah. I'm gonna send y'all to South Bend. Hurt like hell. Broke my heart. I'm like, damn, you giving me up? But what I didn't realize was my mother was putting me in a better situation. The Chicago that y'all see right now, OG will tell you, ain't nothing changed, it's just social media. It's always been bad. Take me an hour, I stayed 3 blocks from my elementary school. It took me an hour to get home because I got to dodge all of the madness. Straight shot, what y'all say, straight line to get where you going? Straight up the street, bro. I had to walk 10 blocks down this way. Now I'm in enemy territory, hoping that they don't slide on me, trying to get to the crib. My mama made a choice for me and it changed my life. Moved to South Bend, picked up a basketball, and everything opened up for me. Y'all ever heard of the Indiana All-Star team? Y'all know what that is? You got to be kind of dope to make that team, right? Because they only pick 12 players out of the entire state of Indiana. 1990, Indiana All-Star. 1990. I only played varsity 2 years. I only played my junior and senior year. I didn't play freshman. I didn't play sophomore. Varsity, junior and senior year. I went from a nobody to a somebody in 2 years, all because I made up my mind. Ain't nothing like a made up mind. I saw something that I wanted, and I went after it with everything I had. Everything. And I reaped the benefits of it. But remember what we talked about? What's the title? What are we? I got to hear y'all together. What are we? Student athletes. I barely had a 2.0. I'm nice on the court. I'm working on my crossover, my J right. Man, math, I don't want to do that. That ain't fun. If it wasn't fun, I ain't want to do it. How many of y'all like that? If it ain't fun, come on now, keep it the thou wow with me. Raise your hand. If it ain't fun, I don't like doing it. That's okay. We being honest today because I'm going to try to help y'all today. Choices, consequences. Barely got my 2.0. Barely passed the SAT. And I got the opportunity to get, because all of y'all trying to go to college, right? Because you know they got that in a way. You can't just go to the pros, so you got to go to college. Barely got in by the skin of my teeth. Kansas State, North Carolina State. I got letters from Syracuse, Iowa, all of the D1s. Junior colleges, just in case I didn't pass, I had all of the top junior colleges. Everybody wanted me. But what I'm going to tell y'all is if y'all allow somebody to set a low bar for y'all and you hit it, That ain't their fault, that's your fault. And what I allow for, what do they tell you? All you got to have is a what to be eligible? 2.0? But ain't some of y'all better than the 2.0? But what we do, sometimes we just gonna hit the mark. I'm just gonna get a 2.0 so I can play. That was me. I was smart, had aptitude. I could do a whole bunch of you know what? Because you said 2.0, that's what I'm gonna do, and I hit it. And so I could have went to more schools, bigger schools, but it was my grades. They ain't just looking at how good you are on the court and on the field. They looking at you academically, because those universities got measurements that they got to meet. And so all of they student athletes should be graduating. And when you're not a good student, that means you're probably not going to graduate. And I told you I'm a 3-time college dropout. 3 times. Somebody tell me what a mistake is. If you ever made a mistake, raise your hand. I'm going to raise my feet too. I done made all type of mistakes. How many of y'all ever made a mistake that it cost you, it was a mistake that you like, oh my God, like it cost me. So I got all of these offers. I got a little girlfriend, you know, we get our little girls, we be, man, I don't want nobody looking at her, I don't want nobody to take her. Listen how I made a choice. I made a choice on where I was gonna go to college that was gonna change my life based on my girlfriend. So I went to Ball State. I should have went to Kansas State. I went to Ball State because it was closer to the crib. I could get home so I could make sure that nobody steal her from me. We wasn't together after my sophomore year, but I made a choice. I made a choice. Sometimes we do. Y'all can shake y'all head and you probably done been there and you probably gonna go there. But I tell you that story because I want you to make decisions based on you, not on mom and them, not on no girlfriend, not on Ray or Junebug. You make that for you. Because you the person that's gonna have to deal with that for the next 4 years. And it's gonna determine what the rest of your life look like. I go to Ball State. I'm like, okay, Kansas State, that's the Big 12. I'm like, man, I'd have been on TV every week, 2-3 times. Ball State, it's a D1, but it's low level. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to Ball State. I'm gonna be the man. What? If they wanted me I get to Ball State, it's 4 other Indiana All-Stars on the team. That's why for you guys who are getting up, and y'all need to know where you're going. You need to know how many people there in your position. I didn't pay attention to none of that because I was an Indiana All-Star. I'm silk. I'm it. Ain't nobody going. Oh, this dude a senior though. He been here 4 years. He know the plays. I don't. I got to learn the plays. All of the stuff that people don't typically tell us or get us prepared for. So I was unprepared. On top of when I got to be a freshman in college, I went in with a senior in high school mentality. Wrong. That's why I failed. Whatever your next grade is, you should be preparing to be, if you in the 9th grade, you should be preparing to be a sophomore right now. So that when you're a sophomore, you can walk in it comfortably, not try to figure it out. Prepare. I go to Ball State. I'm an assistant coach as a freshman. And coach, you know I'm down here, right? I was killing in practice yesterday. You didn't see me? I got a whole bunch of DNPs by my name. Know what DNP stand for? Did not play. You know how many times I cried in the locker room? Because we got pressure. Because mom and them want us to play. Our homies want us to play. Our siblings want us to. I got to call the crib. What you do tonight? I was killing in the layup line. Huh? Some of us, that's all we get to do. We nice in the layup line, right? I was cold in the layup line. I'm 360s. I'm nice. Ain't gonna touch the floor. I made a choice. I went to Ball State. I learned though. I missed 4 games my freshman year. Because my coach wasn't playing me, I thought in my immature head that, oh, you ain't gonna play me, I ain't going to class then. And what are we again? Student athletes. I said, I ain't going to class. You ain't gonna play me, I got you, I ain't going to class. Who do y'all think that hurt? Did it hurt my coach? No. Yeah, suspended me 4 games. Choices, the consequences, 4-game suspension. Sophomore year, You think I got it figured out? No, still immature, still. So how many of y'all ever had your phone cut off? You know what that feel like? Huh? So in college, they give you a phone in your dorm and you get a certain amount of money on it. And once you reach the limit, they cut your phone off. And so I couldn't call that girlfriend that I stayed in school that I was telling y'all about. I couldn't call my mom and them. So I go over to the coach's office and ask coach, hey coach, can you make this phone call for me? But me, Chicago slick, I peeping put in the code. Okay, I got it, 762. Got it. I make 265 illegal phone calls using the coach's calling card. The NCAA popped me. I had to pay the money back and I got suspended 4 more games, consequences, choices. Already I done missed 8 games because of my choices. Junior year, lo and behold, I figured it out, man. That's the only time I played a full season. I led the team in scoring, coming off the bench. We went to the NCAA tournament. I went back home and played in the Rosemont Horizon. Junior year. So senior year, I should be able to really do my due, right? Show y'all something. Somebody tell me what that say. Division I men's basketball leaders. Who got a loud voice in here? Because I need you to tell me what it say at number 27. I need you to get loud. What that say? Scoring. 27. Here, hold it. Get it. Number 27.
Oh, I see it.
What it say? Jeermal Sylvester. That's me. That's me. That's me. Senior year. 27th in the nation. That means in all Division I colleges. I just told you I was one of the top 12 players in the state of Indiana. I was for real, for real. I wasn't playing. I was for real in college too. That's what you see Glenn Robinson on there, Jalen Rose on there. It's some people that y'all see on TV whose name, Ray Allen over there somewhere. It's some people names on there. Huh? Come on, man. Look, see, I knew y'all was gonna get into this. I knew y'all was. I just wanted to bring some proof so y'all know that Mr. Bland, Samir, they ain't just got no anybody coming in front of y'all to talk to y'all. I did that. We talking about choices and consequences, right? Senior year, 27th in the nation in scoring. In practice one day, it's going real, it's rough. Sometimes coach don't make no calls and people be hacking and then they overhack and then you get mad. I punched my teammate. That said, December 15th, 1993, December 19th, I was kicked off the team. How do you do that? How do you go from being 27th in the nation in scoring to kicked off the team? I let my emotions get the best of me, not listening. Some of y'all been in this program. Y'all don't always represent it like y'all should. Y'all don't listen. Y'all goofing off when people come in. Not listening. I thought I knew everything and I found out I didn't know nothing. Got kicked off the team. NBA dreams gone up in smoke. But y'all know I'm a habitual offender, right? Y'all know I got, look, hey, a mistake made twice is a decision. Huh? How many times did I get kicked off the team? Twice. So I punched my teammate December 19th. What that say? Sylvester slapped with suit. I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna show you what I want you to read. What that say? Read that little paragraph right there. Yep.
Ball State former.
Yeah, speak up.
Ball State former. Cardinal men's basketball player.
Jeermal Sylvester.
Are each being $1 million by
sued. Say that.
Sued by $1 million by former Ball State.
I got sued for $1 million, man. Sued for $1 million because I punched somebody else. You'd have thought I learned my lesson after getting kicked off the team? I didn't. Mistakes made twice are what? Decisions. I punched somebody a second time, not less than 60 days later. I had some stuff going on with me, man. The pressure of making it out of the hood, the pressure of trying to worry about taking care of my family. It's a lot of pressure, man, and it's unfair pressure. I didn't have the opportunity to just go be a student and just hoop. Because I knew that if I didn't figure that out and that didn't work out, it was going to be over. I knew what Chicago had waiting on me. I knew. And sometimes that pressure, I'm a good dude. I got a great heart. I love people. I didn't intend to hurt either one of those guys. But when you're dealing with a lot and you got pressure and you got your own expectation, my family had their expectation, but what about my own expectation that I knew I wasn't meeting? Like, damn, you just jacked it off, Ma. $1 million, man, that's crazy. Why would somebody sue me for $1 million? Potential. They knew I had the opportunity to go to the NBA. They knew I had the opportunity to go to the NBA. That's why they sued me for $1 million. I was broke as a joke. If it wasn't for my FAFSA check, I didn't have no money in college. And so when we think about consequences and choices, man, I made some bad choices in my lifetime, man. Bad choices. But one thing I can appreciate about my choices, me and my little brother, I'm gonna let him holler at y'all for a hot second. One thing that I learned about my choices was choices, no matter if they're good or bad, everything has a consequence to it. So if you make good choices, you're gonna have good consequences. You do right. You do right in school, you do right at the crib, you do right in the Project Mister program, you do right in everything that you do, and you bring your best. You're gonna get the right consequences. But if you try to shortcut and you try to do anything outside of that, you're gonna get some bad consequences. Opportunity. Y'all got an opportunity right now. I know this man, I know his heart. I used to drive down from South Bend to come be a part of this. Remember that, Mr. Bland?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
3 hours, before the bypass, when it was a 3-hour trip, on the cheese bus like this. Because I know his heart and I know what he's trying to do. Take advantage of this, man. Utilize this. Allow this to help you grow into who you are supposed to be. Y'all don't know, but it's guys around here who've been where some of y'all say y'all trying to get to, and y'all ain't taking advantage of them. He just such and such. That's just, no, they more than that. Anybody that'll take time away from their family, away from their jobs to come in and pour into y'all can't, no, don't take that for granted, man, because it don't happen. I didn't have that. That's why I did all of the stupid stuff. I didn't have a Dr. Bland. I didn't have a CLD. I had the streets. I was a product of my environment. But boy, once I figured out that you don't got to be a product of your environment, you can be a product of who you look up to. I still stayed in the hood, but I shifted who I was looking up to. Instead of the street corner and the drug dealer he went to college. I wanted to be like Mike, even though I knew I couldn't be Mike, but he gave me something to shoot after. It's okay to dream big, but you got to be willing to do everything that come with that dream, man, or it ain't gonna come true. I'm a prime example. The NBA didn't come true for me not because it wasn't supposed to, it was because of my choices. And the consequences of my choices was I didn't go to the NBA. I played overseas for 4.5 years, and then I broke my kneecap. Well, I told you, dream another dream, right? I was messed up. Like I went into a real dark state. I was depressed because I had did for 15, 16 years, everything was basketball. And now I can't do it no more. And when I went to Ball State, none of y'all heard me say I went to Ball State to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher. I went to Ball State to hoop because I was an athlete. I wasn't a student athlete. And so I didn't have a plan. So when I broke my kneecap, it took some soul searching, and thank God for Pat Magley, thank God for Linda Hall. Linda Hall was my mom at Ball State. She was my academic advisor, but she took me underneath her wing while I was at Ball State. And while I'm soul searching and kind of like, what are you gonna do now? You can't hoop no more. What you gonna do? I call her. I said, hey, Ma, look, you know me when I was, what do you think I should be doing? Mind you, I'm 25 years old and I still got to call and ask people what you think I should have known, but I didn't prepare myself. And she reminded me, she said, do you remember when you guys did that basketball camp and you was working with them kids? Man, you know, I done smoked a lot of weed. Don't y'all do it. I did it and no. I done forgot so much. I'm like, what are you talking about? She sent me a picture. My smile, it's the brightest smile I've ever seen. And she was like, it was because you was working with them kids. And she said, that's what you need to be doing. And I listened to her, and I started off as a mental health technician working in a facility with kids who was in foster care or who had been formerly incarcerated, but they were on medication. And that's how I learned and navigated that. Then I worked in corrections. I was at juvenile corrections for 10 years. I worked at adult, so I got a path. But everything that I've done has been associated with dealing with people and helping people. And so that's why I know my why is greater than my why not. I wake up every day before my alarm clock go off, because I know I had an opportunity to answer your question. That's why I get up, man. And so I know what I'm supposed to be doing. It ain't a job, man. It's a calling, and I answer the call every day. Any more questions? Or we done? 21 years, man. And to go back and to be welcomed with open arms, like it was everything for me, man. And I'm talking about from that point on, everything shifted for me. I went back to school, got my degree. Remember I told you I was a barely 2.0? My 2 semesters when I went back, I carried a 4.0 GPA and I was on the dean's list. Huh? But God, you can do anything you want to when you put your mind to it. But I used my resources. I had the writing lab. I had the math lab. All of that stuff, it's in y'all schools right now, but y'all not taking advantage of it. It don't mean that you dumb, and don't let nobody else tell you that. Because the cat that's laughing at you for raising your hand to answer the question, he didn't know it. And he low-key like, man, I'm glad you asked because I ain't know neither. Don't put it on, that's on you. You get it. You ask that question because you don't understand. Don't worry about nobody else. Because you're not going to walk across the stage for the grade that he get, right? For the grades that you get. So make it be about you.
All right, if you guys can stay seated really fast, I'm Mr. Bland. I want to speak to you really quickly. So,
what's going on, brother? Good to see y'all. My name is Dennis Bland. I'm president of the Center for Leadership Development.